Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Thursday, October 27th. Oh, ye of little faith. Huge move in the market today, exactly as I've been calling for the last month. European issue, they succeeded in kicking the can down the road, and as I've been saying repeatedly over the last several weeks, once that European crap was out of the way, this market was off to the races. Also today we had GDP report come out, 2.5% GDP growth, and of course the doomsayers who were out and about all over the place over the last couple of months, nowhere to be seen today. The double dip recession idiots, nowhere to be seen today. You know, as I've repeatedly said, this economy is just on the cusp. While things have been anemic and we've had a lot of crap thrown our way, Europe, the teabaggers with the debt fiasco, etc., the economy still continues to slowly trudge along, and that is good for stocks. Now, looking at the market today, 400-point up move. We are up almost 2,000 points now over the last 3 weeks. Check out the SMH. We call the bottom on the SMH first week in October, up $6.60. Plus, we got a $1.50 dividend on top of that. 30% move in 3 weeks. Just a monster move. And as I said, that entire fiasco that was the teabaggers and Standard & Poor's wiped out, gone, off the Mac, back to our regularly scheduled bull market. You know, we had people saying we were in a bear market. Idiotes is what I call them. Short interest down here. Oh, actually, let's go back to the daily chart. Short interest here, 5-year high. Everyone and their mom was calling the end of the market, the end of the economy, double dip recession. Here we are, 3 weeks later, 2.5% growth, 20%, 30% move on the major indices, and those idiots nowhere to be seen. Check out the Russell. Russell 2K up 5% today. Now, what I was saying in chat today, and, you know, I've been preaching this. We've been hand-sitting essentially for the last 3 months on this market, waiting for a market like this to come around, just biding our time, not forcing trades. And as I continued to tell you guys, it was just a matter of time before this market would turn around. There's a reason Buy Sell Short has been around for 10 years. I mean, we are about to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. There's a reason we've been around for such a long time. Unlike many of these fly-by-night other sites, we know our shit. As for the small cap market, we've got the Dow essentially 600 points off the recent highs of a few months ago. And we've got, you know, 80-90% of small cap stocks trading at 50 to 75% discounts to the highs they saw earlier this year. As I continued to say throughout the summer sell-off, I kept telling you guys, all these stocks are going to make for a fantastic year-end move for us. And here we have, you know, even with the big 20% move we've seen on small caps recently, we're still, you know, 15-20% below the high just on this ETF. And like I said, a lot of stocks, dirt cheap, and that is what we are going to ride, even if there is inevitable retraces in the overall market. Look at the GDP report today. GDP 2.5% in the U.S. Not gangbusters, but not the double dip recession everyone was calling for. And that is a large part of the reason, other than, you know, the fiasco we had with the debt ceiling, that we saw such a huge sell-off in small cap stocks. Now, when the economy is starting to grow again, the sector that always leads is small cap stocks, and that is our market. And we are in store for some phenomenal gains, in my opinion, over the next several months. Dow 15-minute chart, you know, you can see essentially since the October lows, we have essentially just ridden that nice upward move, that rectangle formation that we had a week ago. You can see why I said I love rectangle formations. They tend to be very, very bullish, and the moves off of them tend to be very, very big. Now, you know, we've got the weekend coming up. You know, we're up 400 plus points today. We could see some pullbacks in the market, but I expect greed to really start to pick up. You've got a boatload of traders, a boatload of funds who are going to be chasing performance over the next couple of months. We've still got about another month before the next teabagger revolt throws possibly a spanner in the works with the debt commission idiots trying to come up with some consensus on chopping the debt. So over the next couple of weeks we could see some very, very nice upside in the small cap stocks. Anyway, let's jump into some plays. DEXO, we got a nice little run out of this one a couple of weeks ago. Groupon IPO is next week. Everyone's bashing that IPO. Groupon, I don't even want to get into it, but the market is back in bull mode, and traders and funds are going to be chasing that Groupon IPO. They may say it sucks and it's shit, but they're going to be buying it, and the sympathy plays are going to move along with it. LOCM, one that we mentioned in the chat room last week at 250 as a Groupon play, up 25% now over the last few days. DEXO was one that had a huge run when that hype was hitting these stocks earlier in the year. And, another thing to keep in mind that I keep repeating, a lot of the big movers that we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks are stocks that have charts like this. I mean, DEXO was trading in the 2s back in August. It was trading at 1+ back in September. Totally washed out. These are the kind of stocks that make big runs in the year end. Nice, solid support at 61 cents. Recent high of 86 cents. And then the 50-day moving average up there with Groupon hype could be a very nice play. And we've been seeing some nice big moves out of this 50, 60 cent range as traders start to move back into small caps. DYNT. Well, this is one we got into a couple of weeks ago. We got a nice little breakout on this baby today. And again, this stock plunged with a lot of stocks in September, all the way down from the 1s. This one could quickly see a move back up to the 1+ area. RSI is about to break 50. Positive ADX cross. Nice, solid stochastics uptrend. Nice volume buying on this one today. I would be looking to accumulate this one on dips under, or around 75 cents for a 30 to 50% move over the next week or so into its earnings report. And remember, this company actually makes money and got hammered on the market. These are the kind of plays that are going to outperform on this upcoming move. MCZ, we have been swinging a lot of plays, 3 weeks ago, back at the beginning of October, I had to start to swing a lot of plays. I told you this was a swing market, buy and hold and ride them. And this was one of the plays that we did that. We were buying at 57 to 60 cents, patiently waiting. Big breakout yesterday. Today, 45% gain from us. I mean, if you just look back at the email trading alerts that have gone out over the last 3 weeks, we're looking at 20, 30, 50% movers. I mean, look what our NSPH has done. 50% move. We were buying here. They're all chasing up here. We're out. We got our 50%. We've moved on. MCZ, same thing. Earnings report next week. I'll possibly look to buying back in or on a dip back to the 73 cent area. But just very, very nice movers. CYTR continues to bubble down here. We got this little douchebag who keeps trying to hold the stock back, but every time he dips it, we see a big bidder come in and gobble it up. 37 cents will light this one up, and the only reason I even mention it is this one is going up here. This is going to be a monster mover. It's just a matter of when and how patient you can be. I'm a buyer down here. I'm going to sit and wait for the huge score. But the chart is finally starting to shape up here. And in this market, we worked off our overbought level on stochastics. And a lot of times on these bullish plays, you see them go up to 80, come back down here, and then go boom. And, it's just a matter of time on this stock. I'm going to keep continuing to say it. TRID, semiconductor play, positive MACD cross. We've got earnings next week. We got a nice spike today. Then a nice big buyer come in late in the day, 66 cents. And then, if the craziness comes into some of these small cap stocks, this is a stock that can easily make a 40% move over the next few days, especially given what it did on its last positive MACD cross. It went from 42 cents to 70 cents, 75% move over a 5-day period. Positive MACD cross. Hey, let's see if we can get another 70% move on it. Stochastics up through the 50 level, and that is what we like to see. JOEZ, beaten down play, 52 cent stops, bounce up to 65 cents. That's a 20% move here. Traders are really starting to move into the small caps. And you'll remember, when I started to get bullish on this market before everyone else, the one thing I was telling you guys was the under $1 stocks, the penny stocks, were showing their first breaths of life that we hadn't seen in 7-8 months. And actually, in some of them, especially on the under $1 stocks, they've been dead for about a year. So, traders are really starting to move into these stocks now, and these are the kind of plays that can give you phenomenal returns, especially when they start to move. And there are so few of these really good ones left. I mean, CYTR has $45 million in cash. I mean, look what this garbage did today. BOIV up, this one's up 100% over the last couple of weeks. I mean, when garbage like this is running, the quality stocks will start to move, and traders are going to be scouring the under $1 stocks for moves. DYNT looks great for tomorrow. DEXO looks really nicely set up, and we've got a boatload of charts just ready to rock and roll. So many plays beaten down over the last few months. Good times are here again. So that's pretty much it for the video tonight. Check your inboxes. Going to be lots of trading alerts over the next few weeks. And, those bears and shorts, very, very quiet over the last few days, And those guys who kept pressing their bets, not buying the dips like I've been saying to do over the last week or so, they paid for it today. So that's it for the video. Any questions, feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.